The monster makers, or Wild Bunch, the progenitors of the digital world in Digimon Tamers canon. I and many others always thought it was a shame we never saw the idea of adults getting Digimon partners explored in Tamers canon, as while the focus was definitely on it being children's hearts being best to partner with Digimon, it was never fully ruled out that adults could get partners too. So on today's video, I'm gonna do just that and give the monster makers Digimon partners. What is up everybody, happy new year and welcome to another video. I'm filming this on the day I'm waiting for my PCR test because I might have been infected with the David Cage variant.
Wake up, people of Omicron.
Which is also why I still haven't had a haircut, so please do like and subscribe, lest this be the last video I upload for a while and algorithm Sama punishes me. I'm asymptomatic right now, so I'm probably fine, but like and subscribe anyway. So, the monster makers. I always thought it was interesting that there were 7 of them. Daisy, Dolphin, Tau, Curly, Babel, Shibumi, and Johnny Beckenstein. This matches up quite nicely with the original 7 Digidestined in Digimon Adventure, so much so that I feel like it might be an intentional homage. As such, I've decided to be a clever little dickie and assign each of the monster makers one of the rookie forms of the Digimon partners from Digimon Adventure, but then give them custom Digivolution lines trying to match their personalities from there. I've also decided to use variants wherever possible for the champion forms, because I'm quirky like that, and I figure if we get to make a Digimon Adventure reference, a lot of the variant Digimon first debuted in Digimon World 1, so it'd be nice to have a double homage to that PS1 game. Starting with Daisy, I have given her Agumon. This is due to the fact in the Digimon Tamers 1984 prequel story, which I did a whole video on that you can check out in the card on screen right now. Daisy is present during the first semi-bioemergence of a Digimon, a rampaging Greymon, just like the giant rampaging Greymon that fought Parrotmon in the Digimon Adventure OVA. As such, I see Daisy as being our Tai surrogate here. And I will say I'm not locking myself to Digimon that were released during or prior to Tamers because that's just boring and I don't want to. Plus L plus ratio plus you fell off, so I have settled on Daisy's partner line being Agumon to Geo Greymon, which feels like a good send-up to the original 1984 Greymon without being just another Greymon. Then the Virus Metal Greymon, because it's my favourite Metal Greymon, and hints at that slight computer virusy nature of the original biomerged 1984 Greymon, and then finally Victory Greymon. This could easily be a biomerge like Takato and co have, and I think would be a great opportunity to utilise an underused Greymon species mega. For Rob Dolphin McCoy, I had to give him Gomamon. He got his nickname from his time spent in the water researching dolphins with John C. Lilly, so this only felt natural. And of course, because of that, his Gomamon would have to become Dolphmon. There's just no more perfect Digimon. From there, Dolphmon would become the ultimate level version Waymon, and finally Neptunemon to once again give a good biomerge form to Dolphin. This line is pretty basic and mostly just follows Dolphin's aquatic namesake, but I think it would be more off base to give him another one of the rookies just to deliberately subvert that naming convention for no real benefit. For Jianyu Tao Wong, I chose Tentamon, as Jianyu specialised in communications language, which I think matches Izzy and the Crest of Knowledge quite well. For its evolution, as Kabuterimon has no colour swap variant, I instead chose its opposite bug group, the Kowagamon family, and chose Blade Kowagamon. It's one of my less favourite bug Digimon because it's almost literally just a floating sword, but it does introduce the metallic and cyber elements I want for Jianyu, as the monster makers created Digimon on computers and in cyberspace. Blade Kowagamon would then become Metal Life Kowagamon, and finally the biomerge to Tyrant Kabuterimon. This is used as both a Mega and an Ultra, so I think works just fine for a biomerge, even if it has got no legs.
Thought I'd try out my sea legs.
Well, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dane.
Yes, I know that.
And its virus typing, I think, hints at or ties into the dark action that Jianyu would take in the closing act of Tamers. I will never forgive you for that, Jianyu! And hey, before we continue, if you're watching this, you're probably a fan of Digimon, no duh, and specifically Digimon Tamers, and you probably noticed that finding things like Digivices and merch on US and UK sites can be really tricky. But I have the perfect solution for you, and that is today's sponsor, Buyee. Buyee is a proxy service which allows you to buy items from Japan from sites such as Yahoo Japan Auctions and Shopping, Mercari, Rakuten, and more. They even have a browser extension which helps you buy from websites such as Amazon JP. Buyee was the first sponsor this channel ever got, and a lot of items you see behind me are from Buyee. The Machine Dramon model kit, the Dark D3, Takato's Ultimate D-Arc were all bought from Buyee. I legitimately do use Buyee quite a lot, which is why it was an absolute honor when Buyee last month asked me to become a brand ambassador and affiliate. What that means is simple. As always, if you use my exclusive link in the description down below, you get 2,000 yen, that's roughly $20 US, off your first purchase with Buyee. But now it's also an affiliate link, so when you make a purchase with that link, whether it's your first purchase or your 10th, you're supporting this channel directly with every purchase you make. In return, I'll be working with Buyee to come up with tips and tricks to help you really navigate the site and get the best deals possible. Especially if you join my Discord, which is also linked in the description. I'm going to be in there when people want to make purchases, trying to help them optimize their search terms or help them find more items by searching in Japanese and things like that. And personally, I'd like to do more giveaways with Buyee as well, like we did last year when we gave away the Digimon VB, the Digivice version complete, and the Digivice V. So like I say, please do click my exclusive link in the description to get 2,000 yen off your first purchase with Buyee, whether it's your first purchase with them or any purchase with Buyee. If you use my link, you are directly supporting this channel. So thanks to you, and thank you to Buyee for sponsoring this video. Aishwarya Curly Ray, I have settled on Biyomon. There was no partner that really felt like it stuck out exceptionally for her, so I just ended up giving her the Digimon I thought she'd look coolest with. Birdramon does have a variant in Saburdramon, which I think is really cool, and leads nicely into Karatenmon for an ultimate, and then finally Ravemon for the Biomerge Mega. Again, the connections to Curly here are kinda tenuous, unfortunately. The only real thing I could find in my research is a set of crows that are exclusive to India, which is Curly's home country, but I also just think Curly biomerging to Ravemon is really bloody cool. For Babel, once again I picked something that visually looked cool over a real thematic link and gave him Gabumon. Gabumon again has the variant of Garurumon in Garurumon, and then I chose Mac Gaugamon and Mirage Gaugamon for the Biomerge Mega. Mirage Gaugamon does have the digital hazard, so I'm quite fond of using it in these Tamers hypothetical videos. There are other Digimon that might fit here, but we're walking a very fine line between thematic homage and just straight up insensitivity when we're creating Digimon lines based on people's backgrounds. Ultimately though, I think the very fast Mac Gaugamon matches Babel's namesake, the Tower of Babel, and the speed in which language is transmitted, and Mirages are an optical phenomenon in physics, and Babel is a theoretical physicist. So it kinda works. And then we have Johnny Beckenstein, the American monster maker. I have given him Palmon because of that American connection matching up with Mimi's connection to America, and because a guy called Johnny who lives in California probably loves plants. And because of that, and because we have so little to work with, yeah, the champion form is gonna be Weedmon. I'm sorry, okay, I couldn't resist. Can you blame me? Of course you can't, come on. From there, we'll swerve the Ganja jokes and have Weedmon digivolve to Agitarmon, which I do think looks like a natural evolution for Weedmon. And then finally Bloom Lordmon to act as a sort of male version of Rosemon. And then we have Goro Shibumi Mizuno. I was very tempted to give him Gatomon as he was also present with Daisy during the 1984 event, and would therefore sort of act as the Kari surrogate, but ultimately have given him Patamon. Hope feels like something Shibumi could do with, and in general the Diginomes and Jesus-y appearance of Shibumi just feels more like it's in the Angemon realm to me. Once again I've chosen a champion variant, however, Pidmon. And then because I think it would be very much something Tamers would do, Shibumi's Pidmon would become Holy Angemon Priest mode, and finally a biomerge to Dominimon. These are the two Angemon Evos that debuted in the Digimon V Tamer manga, and honestly have barely been seen since. So this kind of OG Angemon line ties very nicely into Shibumi, I think. But if you've got this far, you're probably thinking, Karn! By the end of Digimon Adventure, there aren't 7 Digidestined, but 8, with Kari joining their ranks later on, and yeah, you're right. And that is why I am giving Gatomon to Yamaki, a character I think most deserves a Digimon partner, maybe even Impmon, but maybe I'm being crazy. And much like Kari, he joined a group much later on after they had already formed a cohesive unit. I think a wild one biomerging Gatomon would fit him perfectly, but I would make it a male. Yamaki's Gatomon would digivolve to Marine Devimon, and then finally biomerge merge with him to Diaboromon. Diaboromon's ability in our wargame to spawn endless copies feels like a good parallel to the D-Reaper, but I will be honest, I did really struggle trying to find an appropriate evolution line for Yamaki, so I'm not 100% happy with this. I didn't necessarily want a dark line for this Gatomon, but there's just no perfect fit which doesn't trudge the Magnadramon or Ophanimon lines we've already seen. I did consider Digimon like Skull Knightmon or Marsmon and Bagramon for Megas, but I will say I'm at least somewhat happy with Diaboromon because it does make some thematic sense. But those are my picks, so please do let me know in the comments down below what you thought of these picks. In particular, I'd like to see if anyone's got a much better solution for Yamaki, because I just have this feeling that the perfect line for a Yamaki Gatomon is out there and I'm just not considering it. Anyway, thank you once again to today's sponsor Buyee and my wonderful, amazing Sovereign ZDK14. Thank you for everything you're doing for this channel, my guy. And my dutiful Dava NQG420, as well as all the names you can see on screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.